So Tracy McGrady names his top five scorers of all time: Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, Kevin Durant, and Carmelo Anthony. I think obviously it's natural. I mean, you can see from this that Tracy McGrady, prefers a certain style of basketball, and that's sort of the era that he was in. He was in that Michael Jordan, Kobe era, and he was up there with the best of them as well. A player ultra athletic, a player who had a great mid range bag. For the time, was probably a respectable 3 point shooter, but it was really a different era where 3 point shooting wasn't really how it is now. Now you'll have the average is probably 35% from three. So if you're shooting anything less than that, you're sort of seen as a below average scorer. Back in those days, to be fair, even if the numbers in terms of the percentages, in terms of what was made, percentages, was similar, the amount shot, you can't even compare it to the amount shot back in those times to what is shot now. So you can't even compare that. But yeah, Michael Jordan, of course, that speaks for himself. The GOAT, 6 championships, a player who can make every kind of shot you needed. Inside, mid range, couldn't shoot the three, so he couldn't make every shot. He couldn't shoot the three, but a guy who would regularly just face guys up, be 100% smothered, but just have the ultimately smoothest, cleanest release and make a bucket every time. And of course, that mentality, another mentality monster, just like the next guy in Kobe Bryant, huge mentality monster. It's hard to have conversations about Kobe Bryant without mentioning Michael Jordan, because they are very similar in terms of play style. Kobe took a lot of Michael Jordan's moves. But similar to Michael Jordan, very tenacious defender. Could shoot the three better than Jordan, but still, even himself wasn't an amazing 3 point scorer. Great from mid range, similar to MJ when he could face guys up, take him into the mid range, take him dancing a bit, and just make those shots. They may even be completely smothered, but just with the ultimately cleanest release, was able to make shots. T Mac, a guy who spent his time as one of the number one offensive options on each team he was on, whether that be the Magic or the Rockets. Obviously, I remember him at the Rockets always being a real threat offensively, super athletic as well. Big dunker. Would always get the highlight reel for that. And then Kevin Durant, a player who is one of my favourite scorers of all time. One of my favourite players to watch. A guy who truly can do it all. Offensively on the ball, can truly do it all. Whether that's take guys dancing from three, break ankles, dunk, post guys up. Could snipe it from range. Could bring the ball up the court. He was a guy who was spent most of his career probably at the 3 and 4 position, but ultimately could play 1 through 5, could guard 1 through 5. Was a guy that offensively and even defensively, it's not like he was a defensive liability. Defensively, could give you a lot also, and with his long reach and long wingspan, he would poke passes and grab steals, grab rebounds. Kevin Durant, a player who I'm not surprised to see on this list from Tracy McGrady at all. A really, really just top-notch scorer. But I would be interested to know, what do you guys think out of the 4 guys I really talked about in MJ, Kobe, Tracy McGrady, or Kevin Durant? Who do you think is the best scorer out of those 4 names? Be really interested to know what you guys think.